Welcome, 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 my lovelies. Welcome back. Let me get settled in my chair. I hope you are all well at the moment. Today is sunny, quite windy, sunny, and we are due to have thunderstorms later. As long as they don't damage everything, then I quite like a thunderstorm because it's just nice dramatic weather, completely unlike me. I heard that laugh. Anyway, welcome. Welcome, my lovelies. So today, I'm not going to talk for half an hour. Some of you will be relieved. Some of you will think, oh, what a shame. I'm going to get straight into this little project. It's just a little kit bashing project that I'm going to do. So I've bought a lot of different bits and pieces lately, but one of the items I've bought is this little table, side table. It has a back sort of splashback area, which is crying out for some little tiles or something. I suppose it could go in a bathroom or in a kitchen. You could have it where you want, I suppose. But yes, this sort of item, sometimes I buy these pieces and sell them as they are, so you can do your own thing or leave them as they are, and then other times I choose to take them out. I keep looking that way because I've got a lot on this shelf. I have a box of them over there, oh, and up here. So yes, I thought I would do one because I've got a lot of them now lying around. So I shall take this out and show you. Oh, first of all, cheers. And before I forget, although I thanked you on the messaging on PayPal, Linda, my lovely Linda, thank you so much for making a donation to my channel to help support my channel. Every time it's like a godsend, I have to say. But Linda from Florida, sunny Florida, thank you. Honestly, thank you so much. I know a lot of you have decided and may decide in the future to make a little donation towards my channel. But whenever you do, you honestly, you've no idea how much more it means to me financially to support this channel. It's allowing me to do more things that I would never have been able to do without your help. So you are literally contributing to be a part of this channel. Absolutely brilliant. It really is. So I won't keep going on, but I'm in awe every time when somebody does that for me. It's just you're a lovely human being, Linda. You really are. Okay, so this is, let me take this out. It's got, the drawer does come out. It's just a light wood unit. I think I do have, I have another one here, and it's the oops, the drawer's fallen out. It's the varnished version. So I'll show you. I'll show you the backs because it shows up easier. This is the bare wood, so you can paint this, stain it, do what you want to it, or leave it as it is. This is the bit I'm going to kit bash, the piece I'm going to kit bash. This bit, as you can see, it's shiny and it's varnished. You can sand that and paint over it, or do what you want, or you could just put tiles in it there and leave the unit as it is. So this bit I shall leave. I may put some tiles in the back there, or I may leave it open so the person who buys the piece can put their own tiles. I'm not really sure because I don't know how you as people looking in the shop would prefer it. As it is, you can do your own thing, or you would like some tiles in there. I don't know. Now I've said that, I wasn't even going to show you that one. But there you go. Just to say, I have to sort of buy 2 or 3 of each item to do different things with. So this one comes with these little, brass handles or knobs to go on the drawers. I may put them on when I've finished. I may choose other handles to go on here because I am kit bashing it. So let's save these for another piece of furniture for another day. Now I've said that, and I will look through my stash and put some different knobs on there, or different handles. So my idea is I'm going to stain this. I'm not going to paint it. I'm going to stain it a dark reddy mahogany, dark oaky colour, because I'm going to use this Delft tile paper. It's very you know, sort of very Holland, very sort of Amsterdamish, which I think is wonderful. It's got little windmills and everything. Absolutely lovely. I'm doing this, and my glasses are on the table. Oh, how lovely! I can see them now. Who knew? Who cared? Yes, so that's lovely, lovely paper there. I'm going to pick out different tiles and put them together and put them on something to make them more substantial. I'm going to seal them. I'm going to do all different bits to those. But at the moment, let's. I'm just going to go outside while there's no thunderstorm yet, and I'm going to stain this outside because the smell is quite strong. Probably not good for you, but I just don't like it anyway. So I'll go out, I'll do this, and then I'll hold the camera just to show you it in progress, basically. Okay, now we're outside in the garden, as you can see. Oh, there's our foo dog. He's a lovely thing, he is. As you can see, it's sunny today. The wind has dropped a little bit, but it was a bit windier earlier. And although it's sunny, as I say, we are due to have thunderstorms soon. So I won't do this on camera because I'm sort of trying to look at the object and trying to look through the camera, and that's it's harder to visualize. But I'll just start with the back, and just to show you, I just use, for staining, I always use cheap paint brushes, just very cheap paint shop brushes or artist paint brushes, and this one I've used a lot of times, and the bristles on it are sort of splaying out now. It's quite out of shape, but it doesn't matter. But I just don't use good paint brushes on anything like varnish or stain. So I can't see what I'm doing properly, but I will put this on. Oops, put this on. As you can see, it's not ideal doing this with one hand, but I will carry on and do this all over and then see it finished. Okay, now I've done a couple of coats on this piece of furniture. I've done inside the drawer, then under the drawer, at the back of the unit, and I've only left these two areas, just the top surface and the back. I've left that for a reason as well, the top bit. And then with this old brush, as I said, just use an old brush. I've just got a bottle of white spirit, and there's, as you can see, it was clear to start with, but I use that as my rinsing brush. So I just tip it up like so and just put the brush in it, swirl it around, wipe it with a bit of tissue, and it dries completely fine, and all the varnish has gone, or the stain has gone. And I was using tweezers to hold the pieces while I was varnishing them. So we'll just let that dry off and then carry on with stage 2. Okay, so next stage, I've just cut a bit of paper for the back and a bit of paper for the top of the table there, just to cover it up for now, and then I'm going to get a gloss varnish spray and spray the whole piece and the drawer. I just want the wood to have more of a shine to it, as if it's sort of old polished wood. I've went over a couple of times with the stain and let it run into the where it's sort of ridged and everything, so it's slightly dark around the ridges. It just, hopefully it'll just make it look slightly older, so it's not a uniform colour. You can see sort of dark bits and light bits, and the extremities are more sort of worn, a bit lighter. So hopefully that will all add to it. As I say, attention to detail. Sometimes you can go over the top and people don't notice it. But anyway, it doesn't matter as long as you're happy with the piece when you're finished. So I'm going to spray it now with a gloss varnish. I'll give it 2 coats, spray it once, let it dry completely, and spray it again. And I'll do the same with the drawer. And of course I'll do that outside with gloves. It's quite windy outside, so I can probably just spray it and walk away from it, so I don't breathe in the fumes. Now I have a piece of cereal card, and I've just painted it dark blue just in case anything shows through, and to give it more depth. And now I've carefully cut out these tiny little tiles, little Dutch style tiles, and I am holding my breath and placing them as exact as I can next to each other. I couldn't cut them in one strip and just stick that on because there was blank tiles in between, and there's only 6 tiles on the back, so I didn't want blank tiles anyway. I'll put this one here, that one there, that one there, and that one there. Okay, so just putting them on carefully, one at a time, with a little tacky glue. And then once these are glued on, I will then go over these with a layer of Mod Podge to A, seal them in, and B, give them a tiny sort of sheen to them, just to make them more tile-like. As I say, it's a breath holding moment. Let's load that up and show you. They are on there now. As you can see, there's a little line around the outside, a little blue line, but I will deal with that when these are dry. I'll let the glue dry first, and then I'll put some Mod Podge on and shine them up with that, and then I'm going to place them into the back of the unit. Now I was going to say I've finished the backsplash, but I haven't finished the backsplash. I was going to say I've given that a couple of coats of Mod Podge on the back, so that's sealed it. I don't know, it probably doesn't catch the light in. Oh, there we are. So it does have that sheen to it, as opposed to this piece here, which hasn't been Mod Podged yet. But I've just cut that and put that in place, and just flattened it down. I've put PVA on there to hold it down and spread it extremely finely, or thinly rather, so it's not hasn't got a lot of glue underneath it, and it will dry very quickly. So I'll now let that dry, and then put the Mod Podge on there just to give that a shine. I've done that as one whole piece because it's with the blank tiles in between, because that looks nice. It's a bigger area, so I didn't want to put a picture on every single tile. It would have been too busy, but that just measures exactly right for the top of that unit. And then there's the picture tiles all along the back. At the moment, I think it's coming along really nicely. So I'll let that dry, put the Mod Podge on it, and then I'll put handles on the drawer last. I haven't looked for them yet in my stock, but I will do. But in the meantime, I am varnishing. I varnished one end of it already, a tiny thin piece of wood. This end hasn't been varnished, but I'm going to spray the whole thing because I'm going to use it all. That will be the next step. It's such a fun journey when you're kit bashing furniture, just so you don't know what it's going to look like until you're finished, and it really is a fun thing to do. Excellent. So yes, so I'll spray this more with varnish, the other end, let that dry, cover it in Mod Podge, and then we'll use this piece of wood. So I've put the Mod Podge on, and I have sprayed the whole thing with a gloss varnish as well to really seal everything in. And now I'm going along the edges with a toothpick and some PVA, and gluing down each side of the rectangle. It's very fidgety, like so. Only want tiny bits of glue here, and then I'm cutting the little pieces of wood, but I'm doing them on a mitre angle so they fit in really neatly, hopefully. Now placing that first piece, like so. There we are. Oh, that's coming out exactly what I've got in my mind. You might not be able to, I don't know if you can see it properly on the camera, but I shall carry on putting the little pieces round, and I'm going to do the same around the top edge as well. That will raise a little raised edge piece of wood there along the top and all around the sides and the back, so that whoever's using it can put items on there and they won't roll off over the edge. It will just give it a little finished edge there, and just come up with the front of the match up to the front of the unit. So I shall carry on cutting these little pieces of wood and fit them around, and then show you what it looks like. And then it's still not finished yet. And breathe. Okay, now I am using the very smallest drill bit that I have. I have a pack of miniature drill bits, and this is the smallest of them. So it's just a width of a pin really. And then I'm very carefully, it's very hard wood this is made of, but I'm very carefully drilling a hole in the bottom of the feet. Now I've left this overnight to dry, so this is now the next day because it took me most of the day to do this, and then I left it overnight so it's easy to handle. That's hard, that's fine. I don't know if I can, I don't know if you'll be able to see these, but I've got the tiniest, you won't be able to see them, the tiniest little coasters, brass ones. They actually, not that it won't have enough weight on it to push it around on the floor, but the actual wheels are loose, they actually turn. So they're really nice ones. So you just have to be careful that you don't drop them on the floor, because they then will be extremely hard to find. But I'm just going through each foot, getting it in the centre, and then carefully, I wouldn't do this with an electric one because the drill would be so fast, like a Dremel, that if you do get it slightly wrong, it's just going to go through one side of the leg or slip. So I would definitely do this by hand. There we are. Okay, so that's the 4 holes drilled in the base of the feet. And then I'm just going to get some super glue, dab a tiny bit on the end of the little spike there, and then place them into the feet, like so. So I shall get some super glue, do that off camera. It's just gluing, and then we'll show you the finished piece. I'm very pleased with this. I love when a plan works. Absolutely brilliant. Really lovely. And the brass coasters, when you see it in real, it probably doesn't show up so much on a video at a distance, but looking at it face to face and standing it on in your room, wherever it's going to go or live, the brass coasters really elevate it to another scale, which is brilliant. And I love the way the stain has settled on the legs and made them sort of dark and light. They look more aged looking, a bit like it looks like an older piece of furniture, which is absolutely great the way that's worked out. Not planned, but brilliant. I'm really pleased with it. Absolutely lovely. So so obviously this piece is now, as you see the video, the piece is now in my shop for sale. Some lucky person will buy it, so get there quick and have a look just in case you want it. I will be able to do others, maybe at some point if I can start working things out with all my other work that I'm doing, then maybe I could take orders and do more that things people see but they've already sold out, that sort of thing. So that's a possibility as well. But anyway, I shall place it down. It won't go in the packaging now because the packaging just fit without the wheels on it. But as you know, everyone that's bought things from my shop, I wrap everything extremely well to make sure it arrives to you safely. So cheers. And as I said, I have a lot, really quite a lot of pieces of furniture that I don't want to just sell as they are. So I'm going to be doing those as well, and making them into something different and unique. And then they'll gradually go into my shop as time goes on. I'm looking that way because I'm looking at pieces on the shelf that need doing. Some bits I will put on as they are, bare wood furniture, and you can do something yourself with them. They'll be a bit obviously cheaper to buy that way, but then you do have to do the work. And just so you know, you might be fast at what you do and just rattle out things quickly, or you might take your time. But that took me best part of the day, in between all the coats of varnish, drying, a couple of layers of those, the stain, then the varnishing, another 2 or 3 coats of that, the Mod Podge, letting that dry in between, cutting all the bits of wood. It's all very fidgety, and it does take quite a few hours to achieve. But as I say, it's a lovely unique piece, and will soon be in somebody's house. And hopefully, if and when it goes, it'll be fabulous to see a photo, to see it in the room setting, which is my most exciting thing, when people send me photos of bits that they've bought, or just rooms that they're working on, and they just want to show me. Send more, email them to me. I love seeing everyone's work. Anyway, I shall finish now and carry on. I've got plans already for this day to carry on miniaturing, so I will continue that and continue my videos. Speak to you soon, my lovelies, and stay well till the next time. Bye.